delighted to shine the spotlight on Emunah Malinovitz today from California, USA. Emunah is a goddess of sacred love who believes in true love. She's also a transformational coach, a healer, a channeler, and a teacher. Welcome, Emunah. I am so pleased that you're joining us today.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Dorothy.
Could you start by telling us about your main retreat, that one that others have sort of come from?
Yes. So basically, my main purpose here is to create a safe, sacred space for people to connect to the divine, to love, and to create relationships from that place. So I do work as a coach, a healer, as you said, but I love taking people out of their comfort zone and taking them to places in our world that have powerful energy. And then I teach them deep practices to connect to their partner, to themselves, to a higher power, so that we're able to enrich our lives and have the quality of connection and relationships that we're truly meant to discover and have. So my main retreats focus on sacred love. I do couples retreats. I do retreats as well for singles, helping them prepare to open up, to be ready to attract a sacred love. But I think that it's so important for couples to take time every year at least to really get back into their connection, to remember why they got together in the first place. And as a teacher and a healer, I help them heal anything that could have come up in that year for them or in their 30, 20 lifetime years of being together. And then I give them practices that they get to do and learn and master to really nourish their relationship. And I think that we don't take enough time in our world to nourish these kinds of relationships. So my retreats for couples happen once a year, and it's something I love to do to really take couples to a whole nother level in what's possible in their love and in their relationships.
Fantastic. And which ones are coming up in the
near future? So in the near future, in the next few months, late summer, I have 2 retreats to Bali, so Bali, Indonesia. And I've been attracted to go to Bali this year because Bali's the land of the gods, the land of the sacred. And I'm all about sacred love. So what better place to bring people to come and connect to themselves, to their wholeness, to their higher power, and then from that place, teach them how to connect with their sacred lover. So I have 2 retreats. I have one for women that's called Awakening Your Inner Priestess, because I believe all women have a very deep, magical, powerful, sensual, connected side to us that we often don't get to explore in our world where we have to move so fast and fast pace and meet all these goals. So this is a week-long retreat for women coming up in Bali where we're going to totally open up to that priestess energy, to that magical energy. I'm going to connect you and teach you how to connect to your higher self, to feel into your womb, your body, the wisdom that lives in our body as women. It is so rich, and most of us never take the time to connect to that. And we're going to be meeting with other priestesses in Bali. There's priestesses that work and live in Bali. We're going to have healings from them. I'm going to also be doing healings for all the women in channeled sessions, and we'll also be exploring all the beauty and the sacred sites that Bali has to offer. So that's my women's retreat that's coming up. And when I do retreats, they're all inclusive. So I make sure that from when you land, you're picked up, you're taken care of. You don't worry about anything. I take care of all of it. I even include spa treatments in my retreats and excursions. Everything that you could want is handled because it's so important to me to hold a beautiful, sacred, safe space so people can really drop in and experience what they came there for. Because I realize people travel far and long, and I want them to relax. I want them not to have to plan. I want them to just get to receive deep the energy of the land, the people, the teachings that I offer, and the beautiful friends that they'll meet. I know on this women's retreat, there's space for 12 women, and those 12 women are going to become like a tribe of women that are so connected powerfully and magically in the sisterhood that we create together. So that's so beautiful. And that, I also have an amazing photographer joining us who's going to capture each woman at the end in her own special photo shoot. So she'll get to see and know and feel that beauty of her awakened magical priestess, higher self goddess. So she'll remember that and she'll be able to invoke it, because we're going to really tap into it. I'm all about giving people a true, deep, direct experience, not just talking about it, but I want them to experience it, which is why the container I create is so important. So that's the one that's coming up next. And then I have one for couples shortly after that, also in Bali. And that's called Hot Love That Lasts. And that's for couples who are ready to take their relationship to the next level. It's 1 week. Again, everything's taken care of, all the expenses, all the food, all the excursions. And I'm going to teach these couples the practices I've learned over the last 25 years to enhance their relationship, to enhance their sexuality, to enhance their desire and attraction for each other, to remember why they came together, and to learn how to honor each one as sacred, and the relationship is sacred. So these couples, I only take 6 couples because it's very intimate, and I want to spend time with each couple, helping them transform their relationship to the next level. And again, this will be a tight-knit group of people that will form a community of support that they'll have. So it's so powerful. I do this work, locally in San Diego, but I think it's so amazing to get to take someone out of their comfort zone to a place like Bali, where they can drop in, they can create sacred memories, they can experience the sacredness of the land. So those are my 2 next coming up retreats. And last year I took people to the south of France, to the caves of Mary Magdalene. And that's a trip that I will be doing again in the future, because it's so powerful. And on that retreat, we really deeply heal our masculine and our feminine energy and bring them into union and wholeness within, which is such a key to healing our relationships on the outside. And what better place than these secret caves that I'm blessed to have been initiated and invited to, that are in the south of France. They're not the popular ones. They're ones that not many tourists know about, but I'm able to bring people there. So that will be coming up in the next few years, months. I like to do my retreats in different locations. I'm an avid traveler. I love traveling this beautiful world of ours. And there's so many sacred sites that have such potent energy that sometimes I don't want to do the same retreat every year. I listen to what wants to happen, what wants to be created, what's needed. So this year it's Bali. Eventually, I also hope to do retreats in Peru, in India, in Greece. There's so many places, Peru. So if this kind of retreat speaks to your listeners, I would invite them to just kind of follow and see what retreats are coming up, and when their heart feels called to follow that calling. I know that's something I did in my life, follow that calling, and each place that I got to go has sacred gems and treasures for us.
Fantastic. Every single thing you've just spoken about, every retreat sounds absolutely incredible. So,
and is it okay if I give my website so they can check there as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do you want to give that now? Give us your website. Sure.
So my website is called Sacred Love That Lasts, sacredlovethatlast.com. And there you'll always be able to see what the upcoming retreats are, local events if you're local to San Diego, and also just learn and get interviews on sacred love and better relationships, and kind of get to know me deeper to see if this does resonate and if I'm the person that you would feel safe and comfortable traveling and having create a beautiful sacred experience for you.
Excellent. Can you tell us what is the most significant thing that's happened to you on your life journey, or not to you, but for you on your life journey, that's brought you to be this retreat creator and leader that you are today?
Yeah, thank you. So, some people look at me and think I must have had an easy life, an easy journey, great parents. And in reality, I had a very rough childhood. My dad got killed when I was only 8 years old. So that was very traumatizing. And my mom never really fully recovered from that. She's still very victim-y and in pain. And so rather than taking that and having that be my life, I deeply sought after finding inner peace, finding love, finding balance. And I think because those things happened, it made me go on my own quest to discover what's real, how to fill up, right? Because we all don't come with perfect parents or perfect lives, but I think we all have the opportunity to connect to something great, something bigger than ourselves, something spiritual, something deep. So I've always had that desire within me, and it's led me to study love and relationships and connection and spirituality for the last 25 years. And I have deep, deep, deep connection to Divine Mother, Divine Father, to Creator, to God, higher power. And part of that's been I've gotten to travel to many sacred places around the world. And each of those places had special energies for me that helped me open to more of my purpose, to more of who I was. Because underneath all of it, I was always questioning, who am I? What am I here for? What is this life about? I knew it had to be more than the horrible experiences that I was having. I knew there was more richness and connection. And lucky for me, because of that desire, I've traveled to Egypt, to the pyramids. I've traveled to Peru and done sacred medicine in the Amazon jungle with amazing shamans. I've been to India. I've been to Mexico, all these different sacred sites, the caves of Mary Magdalene in France. And in each one of these places, it was like a piece of me remembered something, opened up to my truth. So it made me see, I want to create that for other people. I want to take people to the places that hold this spiritual energy. And then I want to create a safe container so they don't just go as tourists and kind of look and watch, but they go and experience for themselves the kind of awakenings I had, the kind of rememberings, the kind of openings, and they leave with a deeper connection to the land, to the truth, to the people. And so that's why I create these retreats. And that's why I like to offer my teachings in this way, because I feel like there's so much that the lands that we go to also teach us when we're open to that.
Beautiful. What kind of feedback do you get from your attendees?
Yeah, my attendees love it. I mean, the best feedback is they come on my trips again. So I had my trip to France last year, and on this Bali trip, most of those people are all coming again. And they're like, wherever I'm going, they want to go because they know that they're going to have an incredible experience, that they're going to be taken care of. You know, I don't just like set an agenda. I really feel into each person and create something magical for them. And I create an experience that's going to be mind-blowing and exceptional and memorable. Again, so different than just traveling on your own, which is also amazing. But when you have it taken care of for you, and when you have the ability to connect with the ways that I teach, everyone loves it. You know, and I've had couples go, and there's some testimonials on my website people can go and look at and hear for themselves some of the experiences people have had. But it's the biggest compliment to me because people feel safe. They feel held, they feel loved, and they tell me, wow, thank you for creating this. Thank you for taking the time to think so deeply about all the events you're creating and weave together this most magical experience that I'll never forget.
Lovely. That's wonderful. Do you have any final words, Emunah, that for us, final message to leave with us today?
Yeah, I want to just say to anyone listening, if you have a desire to travel, if you have a desire, follow your heart, get out of your comfort zone. You know, I'm so grateful that I was not scared and stayed in my own little bubble where I grew up, that I gave myself the opportunity to always follow my heart where I was guided. And like I said, it's led me to incredible experiences around the world. And I know that, yes, you have lots of choices and things that you do. There's amazing things. But really, our life is so precious. And when you can give yourself an experience like this, follow your heart. And I think that there's certain places in the world that each of us feel guided. And when you hear about it, if something sparks in you, follow it and give yourself that gift of seeing this incredible world. And if I can be your guide and hold space for you, it would be my honor.
Just take a deep breath on that one. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Emunah, for inspiring us today. And thank you also to all our listeners for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Dorothy.